I've been a photographer and filmmaker for the better part of the last decade. And in that time, I've been fortunate enough to use a bunch of different cameras. Everything from entry-level DSLRs to cinema cameras, and more recently, a bunch of film cameras. And while I've enjoyed exploring the many corners of the camera world, none have struck a chord with me quite like this one. Maybe it's the stature that comes with that red dot. Maybe it's the camera's bare bones approach to photography. Or maybe it's the dumb amount of money I paid for this thing. What I do know is that this camera inspires me to create like no other piece of gear that I've ever owned. There's just something about using a quality tool to get your work done that just feels good. It's a kind of warm, comforting feeling for me. I think part of it is also knowing that the camera isn't doing any of the work for me. The camera and film photography in general make you more considerate and involved in what you're shooting. Now, I'm not here to tell you that you need a camera like this to take great photos. Far from it. I'm sure you've heard it a million times. You can take a great image with pretty much any camera. And this camera certainly has its flaws. I hate that the maximum flash sync speed is only 1/50th of a second. Rangefinders are typically quite hard to focus, especially in a pinch. But above all, the system is expensive. But despite that, this is easily the most I've enjoyed making photos. These cameras are like the embodiment of less is more. What little there is to this small rangefinder just works, and that makes it a joy to use. I take this camera with me pretty much everywhere. And in the short time I've had it, I've already made some of my favourite photos ever. I feel super fortunate that I get to own and use a camera like this. Coming from the background that I do, it's honestly a bit of a privilege. It was ultimately the kick in the butt I needed to get out of my pandemic-induced creative slump. It might just be the perfect camera. At least for me anyways.